Good evening all, how are you? Patrea here. When Jerry Seinfeld was once asked, how can you keep writing so many great jokes? His response was, tell more jokes, write more jokes. So his theory was if he wanted to write better jokes, he had to write more jokes. And in order to write more jokes, he set himself a task of writing a joke a day. He set about tracking his jokes on a tracking sheet, and his aim was to cross off every day that he wrote a joke. And his quote was, "Don't break the chain." So consistency was his secret to writing better jokes. Now, obviously some of the jokes probably weren't that great, but it was the consistency that every day he tasked himself to write a joke. And it obviously got him a hit show in the end, and obviously that came out of being a stand-up comedian. Now, whether it's telling jokes, going to the gym, aiming to be a better cook, just eating more healthily, getting better business results, improving marketing, or doing Facebook Lives. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do, what are the ways in which you could build some consistency? Think in terms of going to the gym. Is it better to go for a consistent workout regularly, or is a binge effort going to work for you? Well, most research would say that the consistent effort is the way that it's going to work. Going for a 4-hour workout once a week is probably not quite going to be the same as having 4 one-hour workouts. So certainly the consistency is going to win out. What are the ways in which you could aim for greater consistency? So the challenge in doing anything consistently is it's hard work. It's hard work too, whether it's sitting down or fronting up to the gym, whatever it is. It takes hard work, whether it's discipline, willpower, motivation, whatever you need to call upon to get yourself doing something consistently. There's an element that it's a bit tough because you're just not going to want to do it all the time. But that's one of the challenges too, is not letting whether you feel like it or want to do it make the decision. Is just getting out there and doing it, regardless. And another challenge is that not always are you going to be on fire, as in being your best, and perhaps not always on the mark. It might not always hit the mark, whatever it is. Maybe not every workout when you go to the gym is going to be your best one, and that's okay, because the consistency is where the results will end up showing up. And sometimes there can be self-doubt. Sometimes you can doubt the progress that you're seeing. You can doubt the effort. You can doubt a range of different things. And that can be tempting sometimes to want to sort of give in to that self-doubt. So the challenge would be to be able to continue through the process and just trust the process that you will get there in the end, and sort of not really tune into the self-doubt. Have that self-doubt talk sort of like a radio. Turn the volume down on it so you don't really tune into it. But the rewards can be that in the end you will gain momentum by doing this consistently. Whatever it is you're tasking yourself to do, you'll gain momentum, and that momentum is going to make things easier. It'll carry you through some of those tough times, but you've got to be able to build that consistency to be able to get there. You get to face your own demons. You get to know what are those, what is your own self-doubt talk, what's the inner demon of your doubt, and being able to face it and sometimes finding ways to work through it. But if you don't do something consistently, you'll never really get that opportunity to identify that voice of doubt and be able to address it. And I guess in another area of a reward is that you end up getting over yourself. You just don't end up sort of being so serious about what it is you're doing. You're serious about what you're doing, but not so serious that you stop yourself from doing something. And a reward would be that you get something done. So you have that sense of satisfaction that you're actually doing something. It might not be perfection, but you're making progress. And progress over perfection sometimes is what it's all about. So where can you gain greater consistency where you will certainly face some challenges, but the rewards will be there if you give it a go. So like Jerry Seinfeld, don't break the chain of consistency. Track it if you need to, but aim for consistency. What's one thing you can do to get greater consistency, greater sense of satisfaction for you? Look forward to hearing from you. Love to see your comments. Thanks. Good night.